Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, is seeking a dismissal of court case filed against in the United States. The CZ-led crypto exchange intends to ask a court to dismiss the US Commodity Futures Trading Commission suit against it, according to a new filing on Monday. The CFTC sued Binance, its founder CZ, and compliance officer Samuel Lim in a US court in Illinois in March, alleging that the exchange operated a derivatives trading operation in the US and directed its American employees to obscure their locations to evade restrictions. Binance was also sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which asked for a temporary restraining order to be placed on all funds deposited at Binance.us, the American arm of the company. The restraining order, called a death penalty by a lawyer for Binance.us, was never put in place as Binance.us and the SEC agreed to a deal that would see the branch's assets and servers be put under the control of only its US-based staff. Since then, attitude towards the US regulatory environment has shifted, with Ripple scoring a partial win against the SEC earlier in July. Binance's response to the CFTC's complaint is due later this week on July 27. The filing did not specify Binance's argument, only that it is requesting to exceed the standard 15-page limit due to the complexity of the case. According to the filing, Lim also intends to file a separate motion to dismiss.
Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida said that the country's annual broad policy outline includes measures that take user protection into account while also improving the environment for utilizing Web3 tokens and revitalizing the content industry. Kishida made these remarks in a recorded video broadcast at the WebEx conference in Tokyo, which opened Tuesday, continuing the Liberal Democratic Party's embrace of Web3. The country's leader reiterated that Web3 is part of a new form of capitalism, referring to his flagship economic policy intended to drive growth and wealth distributions by focusing on innovation, startups, and digital transformation. A major Japanese company will announce an ambitious large-scale project that will create a valuable economic zone in the Metaverse. Kishida said, the ruling Liberal Democratic Party's Policy Research Council chairman Koichi Hagoida took to the stage just before Kishida's speech to lay out the party's stance towards Web3, saying that even those unfamiliar with the industry should take an inclusive stance. Since last year, a handful of politicians in Japan have been working on policy and guidelines for NFTs, stablecoins, and DAOs, and done away with an onerous tax requirements which drove project founders away from the country.
Russian President Vladimir Putin today signed a measure authorizing the country's central bank to mint its own digital currency into law. According to the recent modifications to Russia's civil code, the digital ruble, which the Bank of Russia has long been considering, will be utilized for payments together with other means. According to the law, the central bank will be in charge of managing the digital ruble accounts. On July 11th, the law cleared its third and final hearing and was ready for the president to sign it. The Bank of Russia has been working on the digital ruble CBDC project since 2020, when it released its initial research paper on the subject. Later, the regulator amended the report to include comments from Russian banks and other players in the financial industry. The system's piloting began in February 2022 with a number of Russian banks, according to the regulator, just before the nation's invasion of Ukraine. The digital ruble may now be a means of avoiding the severe financial constraints the West has placed on Russia as a result of its heavy sanctioning by the US and Europe. The Bank of Russia first saw the initiative as a means of avoiding sanctions and a mechanism to monitor how the government is using funds designated for social programs. Anatoly Ekskakov, the chairman of the Parliamentary Committee on Financial Markets, claims that the digital ruble would also enable regulating and restricting the methods in which individual citizens may use them. That's it in today's special segment. For more such updates, follow 3.0 TV or log on to our website www.3versetv.io or scan the QR code to know more.